amateurluchpointofcanada.org. I'm here with two of the guys from MTW International, as it's now called. It is Steele, he's over there, and it is hudzG. I'm sure you know who he is. Right, let's start at the beginning. Since I've got a reputation for asking difficult questions, even though we're all buddies here, I'm going to have to ask a difficult question to start off with. And that is, why is your team kind of degenerated to the level of a shambles? Because it seems like you've just got a different, guy coming in every week. Nobody knows who the fifth is at the moment. Nobody knows what game you're playing. Come on, you're meant to be a professional team. What the fuck is going on?
We just like to mix it up, Well, when I first joined, it was 4 Germans and just me, and the goal was clear: EPS, CSS. We did that twice, and then afterwards we started having problems. Paddy wanted to play in a German-speaking team because it wasn't. He preferred to talk German in his teams, which is fair enough. So he left. Mm-hmm. And then Northcon rolled around, and obviously played great friends of mine, Henry and Wes and Stinger, and that was going well. And then from there, it all went kind of a bit downhill. Like, we had a few problems, work commitments and stuff, and that team kind of separated a bit shortly. Really, it wasn't really meant to go like that. There wasn't anything personal with that split. It was all perfectly fine. We won our first LAN. We all got along great. A Northcon movie's coming out soon, so that happened. And then,
irrelevant, but nice.
Irrelevant, yeah.
Good plug.
That happened. And then from there, well, what happened? We were kind of left in a difficult situation. No one was really happy with where the team was at and what our goals were. I mean, in MTW, it's always been about set goals, ever since I've joined, and for once that wasn't there. But now with CSGO, that's got DreamHack and ESWC. I can safely say now, I don't think it's a secret that we swapped to CSGO. Yeah. This is my last Source event as a player. I think it's probably Josh's last Source event. And for CSGO, we wanted to do something big and different. So playing with someone like Josh, he actually has the ability to have a UK passport. So when he's playing for us, he will be under a UK passport and UK nationality, and that's something that's obviously really great for us. Mm-hmm. And the other thing that's happened is, Weber left. Yeah. Well,
I'm going to ask you some more about that later.
That's fine. Yes. So Weber left, removed, whatever you want to call it, and obviously we've got RDL and Nookie, and right now the 4 that we've got, for me personally, I mean, although we're all from different parts of the world, it seems, I get along great with Alex and Josh especially, and I think it's going to be fine.
Well, what are you making of it all? Because for me, I think there's something kind of fundamentally wrong if a European team's having to go to a different continent to pick up talent. So, I mean, what's going on there, and how are you in it, and how did that opportunity come about, and can you not see my point maybe just a little bit?
Well, I mean, they contacted me shortly after Copenhagen Games. It was probably a couple of weeks afterwards, but I mean, reaching out to someone in North America, I don't think it's too far-fetched to see that. I'm personally really excited that they did, but I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say about that.
Well, surely there's gross impracticalities for starters. I mean, time differences and ping differences and all of this stuff.
Yeah. Well, the time difference wasn't that much of a factor because it's like, okay, we want to play a tournament at an ESL Cup. That's 8 a.m. for me. So I mean, at least it's not 4 a.m. after I've done everything during the day, or regular practices around noon for me is 18 CET. So it's not bad. If it was 4 people on a North American squad and I was the only Euro, and then they wanted me to play at 4 or 5 a.m. my time, then there would be a difference. The ping factor is something entirely different and annoying.
I think it's good to mention that we made the pick for Josh only after there's obviously things we can't talk about yet, which we'd like to talk about, but
I'm probably just going to ask you about that now.
Yeah. So we took it was sort of a calculated decision to take Josh. It wasn't just there's no one left in Europe. I mean, there really wasn't anyone as well. Truth to be told, I mean.
Oh, okay. I see.
But no, we saw Josh play in Copenhagen, and I saw him at DS Rack, and we've boot camped and spoke with each other before, and me and Andre actually spoke with MTW about the possibility of it happening, and it's more calculated than that. I mean, it's obvious to everyone that we don't think he can play on 100 ping forever. Yeah. Hinting.
Well, the rumour, the word on the street was it was part of some kind of master plan where they were going to get a gaming house and you were all going to move in and live together. This is what people were saying, and I do hear these things. So, I mean, can you give us any insight? Is that the truth? Was that the plan originally? I'm going to ask you.
RDL snores, and I cannot put up with that, so I would have said no.
Nah, I mean, with CS:GO getting so big, it wouldn't be so far-fetched of an idea for teams to get gaming houses. But as far as us, we're not really too sure what's going on yet, so can't really say anything about it.
It's got to be the next step for MTW, though, right? Because obviously your German rivals, Team Alternate, they've got one. That's been well publicised, and their CSS team used to boot camp there quite regularly. So,
I mean, for me personally, it would be absolutely great to be able to say I had a gaming house and was in the gaming team with a house in such a big game like Go will be. Whether that happens, I have no idea. I mean, it's not anything I've spoke about with the management or heard about. But as far as dreams go, it would be awesome to happen.
Oh, well, let's talk about management and how it impacts on the team. So I've been dying to pin you guys down about this. I think another one of the reasons, you were expecting a nice interview, sorry. One of the reasons I think people think the team kind of has struggled, I know, be prepared always, was that, you know, you've got this kind of tier of management that speaks German, and then you've got Nuki, the player, the captain, who is the kind of translator, if you like, the person who takes the concerns of the team and then goes back to the management. That's how it works, if I'm understanding correctly.
Enough credit as a player.
Well, okay,
You saw him at Copenhagen. Come on.
Yeah, right, okay. But my point is, so he pulled it out for 2 lands, right? But, before that, we were talking Tex 09. But anyway, look, we'll definitely come back to whether I'm an asshole or not, right? Which I'm pretty sure we know the answer to that. I'm asking you the questions. So do you think that maybe part of the problem with the team kind of not succeeding, lineups changing and stuff, is the lack of hands-on from the management, the fact that everything is actually effectively going through one player, and that creates even if it's erroneous, it creates a perception that it's not very well organised?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's no secret Lars doesn't speak very good English. He does speak English, but it's quite hard to communicate like details about things. But it wasn't so much of a problem when we had Botti in the team, because Botti was always hands-on. He was always at events with us, and that was fine. That was when I first joined the team, and like I say, 4 Germans and the 2 EPS seasons. But ever since Marcus left, Andre was kind of taken almost that role, and it's been going okay. But I think I've expressed my concern with Andre and Lars and Paul and stuff before, that we need someone like that back on hands-on. So just everyone's opinions and details about things get through to each other properly, and I don't think that'll be an issue anymore, because like I said, we got you saw at Northcon we had Tweede with us, who speaks really good English and gets along with everyone, and we've also got Paul, who works alongside Lars. So and
Tweede lifts as well.
Yeah.
Which,
and as far as relationship with Lars goes, I mean, me personally, I only speak from me. What relationship we do have, we think highly of each other and we get along. So I can't really say anything bad there.
So what about you, and specifically, how does it compare to maybe North American setups you've been in?
Well, I've only been on the team for a few months, so it's really unfair to get my point of view on this, especially...
I'm going to ask anyway.
Yeah, but, I mean, when you really think about it, I've been on Dynamic for a short stint, a few months, Cyber Revolution, Check 6 for ESWC, 3D Max for an ESCA season, and then Torqued, which was self-funded. So, I mean... As far as going around with like actual organizations, it's just been the one guy from Dynamic, the one guy from CyberRev. So we didn't really, and then Sam from 3D Max. So it's just been like one person. So I haven't really been able to say, yeah, this is significantly better or significantly worse. I haven't had the experiences to be able to really.
Isn't that weird for someone of your pedigree, though? I mean, like, everyone would probably say you're one of the best all-rounders in the North American continent. I know you've said that as well. So, I mean, yeah, I know this is the new reinvented steel, right?
Turn a new leaf, okay?
So, but come on, seriously though, isn't it weird that do you not think like maybe you should maybe have had a bit more experience, like, because you're one of the premier players from your continent?
I think it was just a combination of shitty timing for me to come into the scene, and also just shitty era for Counter-Strike Source. I mean, it's after the CGS is when I started playing, when all the sponsors had already left. So I think I got boned in that aspect, but I'm trusting that, you know, being on board MTW is going to turn that around.
Let's ask, we're going to move on to i46 questions real soon, I promise. But I want to ask a little bit about RDL, because I think that was a surprise pickup. Yet whenever I've watched the streams, I think he's one of the stronger players in CSGO. What can you tell the people at home about him, and maybe a bit of the rationale about why you picked him up?
Well, for me, I basically, after we had all these team troubles, I sat down with Nookie and I said that, like, having a team full of guys to get along works the best, and as we proved at NorthCon, it did. And Alex is someone I've met at a few LANs. He's always had good aim. His experience doesn't really matter to me. That's something I think we can work on and mould him into. And yeah, he's just a great guy. He puts in a lot of effort, and he deserves a chance to play at the top. And so far in CSGO, I mean, I can say our pickup wasn't for Source, it was for CSGO, and I've played about 200 hours probably with him now in CSGO, and I think he's going to surprise a lot of people, and he just deserves a chance. Just a nice guy.
Right, so let's just get this out of the way, the Weber situation. I think it's only fair we ask your opinion about it, because we did do an interview with Weber, and you know, I don't think he said anything particularly bad. I think it was, you know, just it didn't work out. You and him didn't get along. Can you maybe put your side across, shed a bit of light on it?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I got nothing bad to say about the guy, and outside the game, he's a nice guy. We get along, as far as I know, anyway. In game, it just didn't work out. I mean, I'm not the easiest guy in game to get along with. Everyone knows that. But when I do something, I want to do it 100%, and I put a lot of time and effort into it. And in game, we just argued about silly things. We had different opinions about stuff, and it happens. I mean, there's famous sports stars that can't play with each other, but they're great in their own way. I don't have any disrespect for him as a player or as a person. It's just a business decision for the better of the team. And the thing is that I saw people saying that, like, I get to stay in MTW because I'm hudzG and all this sort of stuff, and it's not really the case. I mean,
I'd say right now he's probably, because of that generational thing, you know, he's the you know, hot player at the moment, right? So if it was just on a name thing,
yeah. I mean, the reason I can't really say why I got to stay. I mean, when all the problems started up with the guys, I said to the guys, like, you know, I really like the guy, but I just can't play with him. You won't get the best from me, and when you don't get the best from me, then it would just be like playing 4-on-5, whether it's me or him. And I said to the guys that they should have a chat and come to a decision, and I said that whichever decision they made, I supported. Obviously, I'd have been disappointed not to be an MTW. But I mean, I deserve to be an MTW just as much as he did. I've done a lot with the guys and for the organisation. I've stuck by them through hard times, and yeah, like I say, there's nothing. It's not a big personal thing that everyone seems to. I saw a few people mention, like, fights at LAN and all this sort of stuff. It's just like
it's popular. It's coming back. LAN fighting's back in.
For me, it's ridiculous. It's just the way it goes. People don't get along. You see Formula One drivers leave teams and join. You know, it's just the way sports is, and not everyone can get along, especially in a 5-man team.
So what were you making of it all while you were watching this unfold? Because, I mean, what was it like for you coming in thinking, well, I'm going to get to play with two of the best UK players? Oh, fuck, they're not getting on. It's all over. So what are you thinking, like, kind of watching that?
Well, I obviously wanted everything to work out. You know, I had just joined the team. I didn't want it to fall apart instantly. But I don't know, I figured that we'd still be a really strong team, and I just wanted to not get too directly involved. I didn't want the shit piling on me, so to speak, but yeah, obviously it's I don't know, too hard a question.
Yeah, I know, it is. Well, okay, well, here's another hard question, and then honestly we're going to start talking about the tournament.
Okay.
I mean, he's a big player to replace. I think everyone thinks he's one of the best players in Europe, if not, you know, the best in terms of rifling. I mean, do you think you've successfully filled that void? I'm sorry.
To be announced.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know, like it's so hard to tell because CSGO is a new game, so you don't know which, you know, Source players or 1.6 players are going to be good, who's going to be bad. Nobody really knows at this point, so you just have to play. You have to play as a team. You have to get a lot of team hours in, because nothing operates the same in this game, and with all these updates, I'm sure George will throw out the new update with the tagging and your crosshair.
I'm amazed that you can even do an interview. I'm surprised you're not playing CS:GO now, trying to get used to it, man. Skitzing out about it.
100 more hours. Let's go, pump it out. So it's really too hard to say at this point, but I'm trusting that we have found.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to ask you about the 5th. I won't do that to you. I'll let you off the hook on that. I'm sure we're going to hear something about that.
Exclusive.
No, I know that, right? It's not like you're going to do it for HLTV, is it? So,
What?
Who?
Well,
No, don't worry. Okay, right, I46. It probably is going to be the last CSS tournament. I think we can see that kind of writing on the wall for the game. Are you guys going to finally step up and win that big LAN event that's eluded you all so far? I mean, less so you, but since you've been in MTW, it's always been second places, third places, or massively underachieving.
Even before.
Yeah, yeah, there is that too.
Got more top threes than
I don't want to see you cry on camera. So, come on. I mean, you know, have you guys really put your heart and soul into it, or is this a case of it's a little bit half-assed because you've been focused on Go?
I've always wanted an I-Series medal. So, no, I mean...
Did you look just like this?
Wasn't one of them. No, I think we'll do well. Very games, I don't know how hard they've been practicing. We've got Rattlesnake with his Bible of Tactics.
multiple Bibles. He's got like the Old Testament of tactics plus a New Testament.
And he's working on the CSGO one. That'll be released shortly, yeah. So, no, we're confident, we're happy. It's nice for me, Josh and Alex to get to know each other, share some beers and stuff.
What's it like playing with Sam though? Because look, he'd be the first to admit it if he was here, right? He is a difficult dude to play with, and I mean, I've interviewed a lot of players who are like, just don't ask me that, man, because it's like he's great outside the game, all the tactical stuff, all the preparation, that's brilliant. In game, wow, one mistake and you know it's tough. So for sensitive guys like yourself, what's it been like?
Well, to be frank, I've played like twice with him in gathers. They were CSGO gathers. The first one, he didn't say a single word. He just ran around completely silent. I think he was just getting used to the fact that it's a new game and he probably doesn't like it too much. The second time he was talking and I never had a problem with him. I assume he didn't have a problem with me since he was keen to join up with us for this mix. So I really haven't played with him. I don't know how he is in game. He doesn't know how I am. Most people seem to think that we should be fine. I don't know. Some people, for some,
if you could get along with Mo, right? Though surely you can get along with Sam.
Everyone gets this. I don't know. They get this feeling that I'm some sort of big rager in game, and I have this huge ego, and I can't play with anyone. I think it was just one person in my entire career that I couldn't really get along with. And yeah, like I played with Mo, and he would start yapping, and I'd just tell him to shut up, and he would. So I'm assuming that we won't have issues. It's basically how I view Rattlesnake is the European version of Dazed. Yeah. So it shouldn't be an issue.
Just with better hair. I'm kidding. I had to say that.
He wears a hat. Dazed wears a hat everywhere.
Now, now he does. I've seen those pictures you guys were circulating. I can't believe you're going to stand here and act all innocent about it. Not you personally, but you know, you American types. Daze knows what I'm talking about. I think they bully you, dude.
No. I did make the picture. I made the picture with him next to John Travolta from Grease.
There we go. Right.
No, I did do that, but no, I didn't have problems with him in game. And like,
yeah, he really did that.
I did. Get over it. It was 2 years ago.
Never playing McCatcher, always on ESEA.
I thought I was leaving that in North America. Okay.
Right. No, I know everything. Forget this new leaf. So, right, isn't it a bit weird that you've like brought in one of your rivals, like from Mouse Sports, to come and kind of bolster the team? Like, what happens if you go and win the event now, and then he's got to go back to Mouse Sports? Isn't that going to give him a mental edge?
If we win the event, we're going to kick everyone from our teams and make a new one. I've always got along great with Sam from CGS, and you know. It's not really a big issue for us. I mean, Source is dead now, so new tactics will come for Go. It's going to be a new rivalry in CSGO. We just wanted to go out with a bang, see if we can dent VG's ego a little bit. And
are you expecting VG to win? Again, we've seen more roster changes from them and stuff. I mean, they've got to lose an I-Series at some point, right?
We would like to beat them.
I don't think they've been playing, to be honest. No. I know that when I asked them if they wanted to practice CSGO, they said they weren't playing until the 18th of of this month, so I guess a week ago. But before that, how much were they playing? Were they playing Source at all? So I don't know if they'll be prepared, especially, Smiths and Kenny S haven't played together. So I don't know how it's going to work out.
It'd be stupid to say we're going to win because it's, they're VG sometimes. But I think we've got the 5 that can. So, and we've got the added thing of no pressure. So.
And 2 last questions. Can you shed any light on N faculty? Because I think this is going to be another hilarious German Atlan episode, like in a great chapter. But anything's possible, right?
M faculty. Where do I start? If you've got a lifetime to wait, they're a great team to prac against. They execute on 10 seconds left.
Oh, it's one of them. It's like the MR12 days, is it, right? Oh, shit. That would drive me wild.
They come here with good hearts and they hope to do well, but whether they can, I don't know. Northcon, we had a good game with them on Inferno. They've practiced. I think they're in the EPS finals. Yeah. So, they've got a good chance as any.
As an ex-3D Max member, I got to do them a solid by 2-0ing. I think it's N-faculty.
All right, bro.
Or whatever. Risk told me how it's actually pronounced. It's not N-faculty, it's like N-faculty or N-faculty or something like that. But anyways, yes.
He thinks his name is pronounced Risk, and it's spelled R-I-Z-C. Don't listen. Yeah, he's Rizik.
So N-faculty, I have to do 3D Max a favor of beating them.
You lost to them?
No, we beat them in the online qualifier. No. They beat 3D Max by default.
You remember?
I've lost a lot of lands, bro.
Okay, right. So, final question. It doesn't even involve you, George. So you can tune out. Poz asked me to ask you what you made of the whole flaming rainbows thing in the ESWC North American qualifiers. He wants you to really put it straight to the camera and deliver an impassioned speech.
Why? Don't do this to me. I've turned a new leaf. I think it's really unfortunate. I think they are a solid team. I think they could have done a lot of good things at ESWC. I think they would have won the PAX qualifier without a doubt. The hours that they've been putting in, they have swag and nothing, huge 1.6 names. And then Trevor, I know himself, has been putting in copious amount of hours. Like, he's just been playing and he just completely destroys everyone in North America right now. So I'm really sad to see that they haven't been able to actually make it to the qualifier and obviously can't go to ESWC because of it. I don't know what's going on with this whole Plantronics getting direct invites to swag and then saying, oh wait, no, he's 15, we didn't realize this. They knew about it. So I think it's a shitty situation for them. Do I want to start taking sides, pointing fingers? Not if I want to keep competing in this in this world.
Very wise. I'm sorry to put you on the spot all interview. Look, guys, I'm sure you're going to be in the final. If you're not, it's going to be hugely disappointing. Yeah. So just to put that on you.
Cheers.
But it's great to talk to you. All the people out there, we're probably going to do some more interviews, not quite as matey and as in-jokey as this one, a bit more professional, I do promise. But do stay tuned to cadred.org for all the coverage from here at I46.